Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dead in Vinland, the wait and see edition. Let's just wait here while I close my door for a second, please. Oh, that's much better. Actually, I could smell the coffee in the background that had just finished brewing and had escaped my memory actually at the moment that I was hitting the record button. So rather than run down the hall and leave you waiting in a dire state of suspense, I decided I will soldier through this video sans coffee, but I had to close the door to negate some of that smell. What is this crazy device here? A dark hole. We'll inspect the dark hole, sure. It's a pile of rocks covered in moss and plants. At first glance, there's nothing peculiar about it, but you've noticed a well-hidden gap leading to a dark hole. However, it seems too narrow for a man to fit inside. Is this an animal's burrow? Check the surroundings. Indeed. So, why is this the wait and see edition? Well, I don't know. I didn't know what else to... Hey, mushrooms. You might be able to find some mushrooms. I spent most of the day, surprisingly enough. It was a very weird sensation this morning, I have to tell you. I went through all the regular routine. Everything was fine. I got the kids on the bus. Everything's normal. Had my morning coffee, a little bit of breakfast, checked the news, checked the emails, all the regular sort of stuff that I would imagine everybody does. Several colored mushrooms. But I was also stranded here today. Pretty dark inside, so you can't see much, but you hear little squeals, indicating there's life in there. Once your eyes are used to the darkness, you notice the presence of 6 fox cubs. Don't kill them. Discovery moves you. It's been a while since we last saw something so cute, but all of a sudden, while you watch them bickering, a shady idea comes to your mind. Those little foxes are a source of food, and considering their young age, they won't be able to fight back. Well, we're going to leave it. No, you can't hurt them. You still have a heart. One of the cubs notices you and comes sniffing you. Then it chews your fingers and you start to play with it. Soon all the kits join you and you're playing with them. After having a good time playing and laughing, it's time for you to leave. Their mother could come back in no time and you shouldn't be around when she's there. Aw, Eirik has a big heart. Yes, I'm aware it's probably pronounced Eric, but in my sort of faux Norse tongue language accent, I'm going to continue to call him Eirik until the day that the game ends. We'll bang through. Why was it a weird sensation? Well, I was stranded today. It's amazing when you get used to certain luxuries that you start to take for granted, and just being mobile with my vehicle, my iron box of death, my iron wheeled box of death. And to not have it this morning was very strange. Even though I didn't want to go anywhere, just the idea of being stranded here, something I haven't experienced in quite a while. A book lying on a pedestal. You sense a great aura of evil coming from the book. Auras of evil are my middle name. I eat auras of evil for breakfast. Tomo's killing it with the all-roundedness these days. Let her handle this. As you advance towards the book, you feel the air filled with a purulent, disgusting, dark aura. You take a step forward, and the air begins to be suffocating with devilry. Look at that courage. Tomo the Courageous. You take a deep breath and walk confidently toward the book. Your vision is starting to blur. Everything seems hazy. You're now facing the book on its stall. You touch it with the tip of your finger, and instantly your body freezes. You can't move, and your mind is engulfed into an impenetrable darkness. Everything around you is blurry and dark, like a nightmare. The forest has disappeared into a mess of moving shades and mist. The world has slowed down. You feel like you were underwater. It is as black as coal and freezing. Suddenly, you see yourself sitting in a circle with a dozen hooded men. They murmur a litany of words you don't understand, and so are you. In front of you, you see a young woman. You know she is to be sacrificed soon. Only one option. You can't help her. You know it. You still feel bad about your decision, but it's for the best. You must find a way to escape, but before, you must steal the book. The book. That's what you are looking for. Come on. You remember how the ritual works, and it scares the shit out of you. You have to escape. You know that when the woman is sacrificed, you'll have a window of opportunity. You wait for the right moment. You hear her screams. Now, steal the book. 97. We got this, Tomo. Yeah. You have it. You're so excited you stole the book, but now hide quick. Oh, 75. Pushing our luck here. You hide behind a large pillar. Your heart is racing. You must act quick. Soon your theft will be discovered. You know what you have to do. Read the book. You have to, but do you have the guts to read it? Your hand is shivering. Who knows what ominous secrets lie within its pages? Read it now. You open the book and start reading the dark secrets hidden in its pages when you wake up where you were before in front of the pedestal. Just now you are holding the book in your hands. You shiver. You still feel the ominous aura around the book. You decide to quickly put it in your bag and forget about it. Forget about it. Ominous book. Interesting. Book curse. Interesting. Interesting. It's not here because it's a quest item. So we can go back to the it was normal maintenance, with the new house and all the things happening within the domicile. It's the regular maintenance on the truck kind of I'm not gonna say lapsed, but it was like we got pounded with snow all of a sudden. I needed my winter tires put on. I got no garage here anymore. The garage at the old place 100 feet away is full of stuff. I didn't want to be, I'm getting old. I'm an old man. I didn't want to be lying around in the snow putting on tires. And also I needed an oil change. I definitely wasn't doing it. It had to be done. So I brought it to the people that do that kind of thing for a living and brought it there last night. And then they worked on it this morning. And so I had no vehicle, and once they called, I scampered on through the bush and walked down. This is the ultimate small town Canada story, right? Oh yeah, your truck's ready with the winter tires, and come pick it up whenever you want. Okay, sure. I'll just walk out my backyard, through the bush, down the trail, around the swamp, to the shop. Pick up the truck and drive home. And that's exactly what happened, believe it or not. It's just that easy. And that's like the most Canadian I've ever felt. But yeah, that's not why this is the wait and see episode. This is the wait and see episode. Because I realized that is my motto. Charisma. We were all pretty charismatic, but I think Bloodwed had a special connection with this guy, if I remember. You again. Okay, you won, bloody bastards. You've come to make fun of Egil. I bet it's a trick of that bitch witch again. Gunhild. Oh. No, Gudrun was our old party member. Graf, bluff. He starts punching trees until his hands bleed. Then he trips and falls to the ground. He's wiggling like crazy in the dirt, foam forming on his lips. You don't think you'll be able to speak to him in this state. You decide to leave him alone. What? Oh yeah, we had to give him you, didn't we? You again, bastards, bitch witch. You don't think you'll be able to speak to him? Well, who has the book? Tomo has the book. No, yes. You again, ha, bitch witch. Punching trees, trips and falls. Won't be able to speak to him. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know why that is. Peculiar. Not gonna lie. But let's check out this bullhead here. I don't know. The head of a bull lies on a wooden table. It smells very foul. Worms are playing in the decayed orbits, eating the flesh and revealing the skull of the beast. You look around but find no sign of the rest of the body. No blood smears, nothing. Just a fully rusted knife and some small bags. Collect the worms? Gross. Courage. Kari the Courageous. Absence of any traces of blood is driving you mad. The head couldn't have magically landed here, could it? Kari's a poker. Take the knife and poke the head. It enters the flesh as if it was butter. You push a bit up to attempt rolling the head to the side. The head collapses on the side. Now thousands of maggots crawl on the table. Ew, not as fresh as it looks. Your attention goes back to where the head was placed. On the table, you spot herbs and flowers placed on top of chalk markings. You take the herbs, shaking the remaining maggots away. Meh, uneventful. Search the bags. I guess, yeah, sure. Go for it, Kari. You crouch to check the bags. The open one is filled with a gross, smelly, brownish mixture. Others doesn't have the same consistency. Courageous. Pull out some loot. Smells like poo and rot, but something might be hidden in those bags. You take a deep breath and plunge your hand into one bag. Nothing. You pull your hand out, identifying the content as bowels. The bull's probably. You try another one. It's a rotting heart. You're about to throw up when you feel something betwixt your fingers. You retrieve it from the filthy bag and clean it with water. It's a weird zooming device. I was hoping for another bead. Warm bead. Clean your hand. Stench doesn't go away. C'est la vie. Kari's stinky for a couple days. Sure. When you're going through hell, keep going, Kari. Be it for fishing or for healing. You know worms are useful. You have to keep your cool and get some. Take a deep breath. Fighting your disgust, you take your knife to cut a thin piece of flesh. Thousands of worms wiggle on it. Gross. You fight the rancid feeling in your throat and close the flesh on itself to carry the crawlers. Now you hope they won't escape and crawl on you. Yuck. Oh yeah, we've had this before. And it's cleared. Another one bites the dust. You see a perfectly peaceful lake. You doze off for a few seconds when you see a large dark shape in the water. There's no mistaking it. There's something under the water. Something very, very huge and menacing. Okay. So let's kill it. Who's our crafter? Yagub is the crafter, and he's fairly strong. You feel like Thor against the giant sea snake. Jormungand. You craft a sturdy harpoon and look at the beast filled with the excitement of the hunt. But he's not a hunter. Okay. Hunt the beast. You wait on the shore of the lake for the perfect time. You are about to give up when you see the monster's back right in front of you. Quick! Throw harpoon. You send your harpoon flying with all your rage, and it hits. You take a firm grip on the rope and get pulled by the sheer force of the monster. You're starting to wonder if it was a good idea. The monster dragged you away at full speed. Hold tight. The pain is strong, but you won't let go your grip on the rope. The monster suddenly dives deep. Hold your breath. Your lungs are crying for help, but you manage to hold your breath long enough. The monster comes back to the surface. For a moment, everything is still. You are floating on the water, the monster nowhere to be seen, and suddenly you see a giant shadow around you. The monster is under you. It opens its large mouth and swallows you whole. You're now stuck in the belly of the beast. You feel its stomach acid slowly burning your flesh. The situation is dire indeed. Take a knife and stab the stomach of the beast with fury. After a few desperate strikes, you manage to carve an exit. The monster screams in pain. It slowly drifts toward the shore. You crawl out of its stomach, wasted, but happy to have hunted such a beast. I guess. I'm tired just reading it. Imagine living it. Tonight we will feast in your honor. Wow. Wow. Okay. Smells like a fishing increase, I would say. Yep. Who is our fisher? Moira and Yagoob, right? Yep. Okay. Might as well use this guy right now. Njord, the god of sea and winds. He is a Vanir, so he is always sulking. He seduced a giant lady named Skadi with only his feet, who he married, but had his children with his sister, which didn't prevent them from becoming largely successful gods. Skadi became more and more grumpy when she moved in Njord's place, which was too noisy for her. She returned to her home in the cold mountains, where she may have found true love. That is a story I did not understand, but I'll take your word for it. Stories of gods and things are always so screwed up. I find, like, why do they have to be so bizarre? I'll never understand. But yes. Why are you so sad? Being stranded wasn't the greatest feeling in the world, but you know, we'll get over it. You can just, like, you don't need to be doing this, do you? I can just send you to the shelter and calm your behind a little bit. We're gonna roll the interval because we definitely don't need you here. That's unfortunate. How was your cooking? 79. But you have to go to the tavern with somebody else. And at the moment, you are like the only depressed person. Oh no, you're kind of depressed. So you can go there. Solveig can go there. And Blodwed can get her cooking on once again. Very good. Okay. Yeah, we're going to roll an interval for once in our lives here. Interesting. So yeah, stranded, not accustomed to that feeling. I was, not to go too far back here into story time, but there was a time when I was a young college lad. Not too young. I was actually older. It was after I went to 2 post-secondaries, and college was after I'd already done university. Anyway, I was stranded there. I had no vehicle. I had to learn a bus system that was spotty at best, and that had that time of my life I had a lot of stranded feelings. But today was a new one, or it was that memory of that sort of sensation, which I hadn't had in many years. We need to feed our fire. And then we can cook the rest of our stuff. Do we want to do all this? Can we not do... We leave some for the dog. We can bait some traps. We can bait 1 trap. But yeah, why is it... Well, people are always stopping me on the street and they're saying, Roman, just stop moving so fast. Just wait and see. I know this sounds contrary to the advice we just gave you last time we stopped you on the street. And I say, yeah, stop stopping me on the street and giving me bad advice. I tend to, I'm behind the times. Like, this is what I'm getting at, right? In a continuation from the last video, where I'm playing Cuphead for the first time. Like, yeah, let's record. Let's do let's plays, recordings of this new game that all the kids are talking about, Cuphead. Have you heard of this, people? I'm also, you want to know what else? The reason why there was no video yesterday? I'm watching Game of Thrones from the beginning. Good old Game of Thrones. On the cutting edge of popular culture, new media. I'm all about it. I'm right there, down with it. learning all about it, having a great time with it. But seriously though, what is with this winter is coming? I know winter is coming. I'm watching this Game of Thrones. I watched like the whole first season over the last few days, and they keep saying winter is coming. Winter is coming. Every time I see them in winter, nobody has a flippin' toque on. Where's your toques? It can't be that cold. You're all walking around with nothing covering your ears. I'm from Canada. I'm from small town Canada, fairly northern. It's cold here. I know what winter is like. I could never walk in January here, walk the way around the way that they're walking on the wall. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. You expect me to feel sorry for you? Not going to happen. You don't even have beard icicles. I go outside and shovel my driveway in December, January, February, March. I come back in, I've got beard icicles. It just happens because you're breathing out of your mouth, and condensation is forming in your beard, and it turns to ice, and then the bitterness of the cold outside. And there's Jonathan Snow walking around north of the wall, hitting on chicks. He's getting more action than I am in with the wildlings in the middle of nowhere, and he doesn't even have beard icicles. What is that? This makes no sense. Other than that, it's a pretty good show. Better than pretty good. It's actually, it's fantastic. Obviously, I mean, the hype is real. I never had an opportunity to watch before, so I'm behind the times in terms of Game of Thrones. I looked into buying the DVDs, and like season 1, they wanted like, I don't remember, $160 on Amazon or something for that. They wanted. I even found it. I went to a store in the mall, if you can believe it, that had DVDs, and I said some Game of Thrones DVDs. I think they had season 1 there, and they wanted, I think it was like $100. I think it was $160 on Amazon for the Blu-ray. It was $100 something in this other store for just the standard edition or something. I don't know. I said, there's no way I can justify this to my wife. How am I supposed to justify this to my wife? So, and that was a while ago. So we just never watched Game of Thrones. And well, it's just me watching it now, but it's pretty good. Other than that winter thing, it really starting to bother me. It didn't bother me so much when they're just on the wall. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. You're up there. It's quote unquote north. Yeah, you guys are so tough. But then when they, spoiler alert, spoilers, stop listening, spoilers, they go north of the wall. I don't even know fully what they're doing up there. They're looking for somebody. I'm trying to understand why the wildlings are all joined together and bringing an end to it. And they're out there, and it's supposed to be brutally cold, and they're digging into the snow to protect themselves. And it's like, you don't even have anything covering your, like, do you know what true cold feels like? Like, I don't think you do. And I'm not talking to the characters. Like, this is totally, it's totally tongue-in-cheek. I mean, it's not a real criticism. I get it. It's a show. But I'm talking more to the creators. If there's any kernel of truth to what I'm saying, it's directed at the creators of the show. Like, give them some icicles on their beard, please. Please, I'm begging you. Right? How was Jonathan Snow getting grinding action from this woman? Oh, what a show. I love it. It's fabulous. What's coming next? I don't know. I'll let you know in the future. Games are being played. Played Cuphead. Love it. I don't know if I'm going to record it. I might. I'm terrible at it. Who knows? We'll see. Probably not. Still want to play Not Tonight. That's the main thing, but I got to cook supper tonight. My head is pounding. I should go drink some of that coffee. That's calling my name. Until then, though, I will come back with a coffee grating. But until then, thanks very much. What a terrible video. See you soon. Oh.